Okay, Scraft friends, I have got the second game of oh no, what? I don't know what that's about. Of Un versus Confusegamer. For you, I'm sorry it's taken so long. I've been, doing other stuff. This game is going to play out on Orbital Shipyard, and it is looking like a ZVZ. So let me introduce the players for you in just a second. Down here on the bottom we have Un, the purple Zerg, and up here in the top right we have Confusegamer, the yellow Zerg. So do you know what? It's been so long I can't even remember who won the first game. Was it Confusegamer? Was it? Is that what happened? Maybe it is. Well, anyway, let's see what happens in game 2. I've got exciting news for StarCraft fans. The exciting news is I'm hoping to have some guest co-casters cast some of the semi-finals with me. And if you fancy being a co-caster, do just give me a shout. Message me up, email me, or whatever. I'm looking ideally for players, I guess, to cast. You could possibly cast a game that you have played in, and that would be quite good fun. Alternatively, even if you're not a player and you just fancy giving it a go, if you want to be the hype guy, that might be quite funny as well. So yeah, let me know if you're up for that. I think it could be fun. Yes, let's talk about this game. A popular map to go Expo first, and Un, as we see, has done that. So this Expo cooking away there. Confusegamer has also gone for the Expo, but did drop the spawning pool first. Un has gone for his kind of trademark gas first opening. So we'll see where that leads him, and looks like here we're about to have a hatch go down as well, going up to 3 bases just straight away. Pretty standard stuff for a Zerg to do that, but on a map like this against another Zerg, I don't know that 3 hatches before pool is a good idea, especially when you haven't scouted this. Pull has been done for some time. Confusegamer though not building any lings just yet. So Confusegamer with the supply advantage, maybe just a little bit too keen to get those hatches up, and has sacrificed some building workers for that. Oh, don't build it with a worker that's carrying minerals. Yeah, here comes the Overlord for Confusegamer. Is going to get a peek inside this base, and since this is such a late pull, no queen here to chase that out, so that Overlord will be able to come in, will be able to see absolutely everything. Meanwhile, in Confusegamer's base, here is the queen sitting doing nothing. Spit on the hatch, please, queen. 4 workers here in this. That's a bit of an error, but nothing too drastic, not that big a deal. Confusegamer just now has enough gas to research metabolic boost, so perhaps we'll see that upgrade coming up momentarily. Meanwhile, a couple of workers just idle there. Meanwhile, over in Un's base, the spawning pool has finished up. Evo chamber has finished up. That will allow him to get some early upgrades, will also allow him to mutate an Overlord, so that it can transport units. This is a popular map to park an Overlord somewhere here and just fill it full of lings, sneak them out into this corner, just elevator up maybe 16 lings, and then just run in and devastate a mineral line, while your opponent is blissfully unaware with their army parked normally somewhere about here. But not sure that that's going to happen today. So finally some actual units up on this map. Here we see that the army supply favours Un with a mighty 9 lings. There they are. Hang on, that's 10. Of course, 2 lings makes 1 supply. Silly me. You'd think, having played StarCraft before, I would know stuff like that. The rest of that supply is actually being built, I guess. Yeah, the queen, I suppose. Okay, so both players upgrading metabolic boost. Neither player taking beyond lings at present. What is this? What's happening here? Wait, what? Okay, both bases saturated for Confusegamer. Good. Base is not saturated for Un. Not saturated Un. So yes, you have got the bases, but if you don't have the workers mining, then those bases aren't helpful. Now this is very quick tech. Going up to lair and dropping the infestation pit straight away. Infestor's not a unit that we have really seen, I don't think, yet in the EMS League. Sorry, just wetting my throat there. But a very interesting unit indeed. The Infestor is, if you like, a spellcaster, and is able to do a variety of fancy things. The most popular being the fungal attack that it can do, which freezes units in position and also deals some damage over time. Can't quite remember exactly how much damage, but damage. The other thing that's important about this infestation pit is it does allow the Zerg to take the layer up to Hive, and Hive is required for the very top end upgrades. It's also required for some other stuff, such as an Ultralisk Den or Cavern or whatever it's called, and indeed a Greater Spire. So here we have Confusegamer is going to make his way across the map with some lings. He has a distinct ling disadvantage, so I can't imagine this is going to go particularly well. There you can see how many lings there are there compared to this many here. Those are exact numbers, as I'm sure you'll appreciate. Cunningly hiding these lings. I see you. Which one's turn? Yeah, I see you. I see you hiding in there to make it difficult for Un to identify just how many lings there are there. More lings streaming in, and it's very quickly evening up in terms of army supply. So 14 more lings, 16. What? Confusegamer just holding down the ling button. Pull these back a bit, and pull these back a bit. Let your spine crawlers do the work, because they. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Yeah. This is going to be seen off pretty easily, really. Un not losing a great deal there, I don't think. In ling engagements, you know, the player with the superior numbers has a huge advantage and does not tend to trade one for one. Tends to trade much better, much more efficient trades. These two spine crawlers in the background doing work as well is a big advantage. As you can see, 25 damage output per hit, you know, compares favourably to the 35 health that a ling has. So these lings with no upgrades, these ones with +1, this will be a moolering if you come up this ramp right now. A significant ling advantage being formed, but I don't know. It's going to take a lot to win. Oh, this is a lot though. This is a lot, not 50. That's twice as many lings. I'm still not sure how well this is going to go. These spine crawlers are just meeting out damage. The two queens there as well need to drop transfuses and haven't. So that mighty ling number advantage came through in the end. Look at how many lings are coming across the map. This is ridiculous. Even a swarm host, he's no idea what he's doing. He's just wandering about in the map. Yeah, that is all bad. So, there you go, Confusegamer just holding down the ling button and doing very nicely indeed. Park them on the ramp, boom! Oh, there's a gap, they're gonna get the surround. The swarm host, no idea. Yeah. So, despite these spine crawlers, yeah, it hasn't gone too well. The defense. You know, batted that aside pretty easily straight off, but then did not really produce enough additional units. Whereas look at Confusegamer go. He's still 30 more lings are in production, being built. You know, just constantly streaming these lings across the map. That's how you play Zerg. Just build. It's the GG. And it's all over. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Where are those infestors? Where did they go? What did I saw infestors, didn't I? Yeah, there they are. Look, there they are. Let me just, since the players haven't actually, oh, there we go. I was just going to talk you through what they can do. It's this fungal growth that is the most used thing. You fire that, it has like a kind of area of effect, so you spit it out. So if this infestor were to shoot it at these workers, it would kind of freeze them in position, and additionally kind of do some damage to them over, tells you here, doesn't it, 30 damage over the period of 3 seconds. So a common thing to do with infestors is to have enough of them to do something called a chain fungal, where one infestor fungals some units, just as the timer is up on that, after the next infestor fungals them again, so those units can never move. If they're melee units, that's absolutely devastating. But we are not going to see it, so it's all over Confusegamer with the victory. Very nice. I'm going to hopefully cast another 2 games this evening and get those up for you guys on YouTube so we can see what is up. As we're closing in on semi-final stages, I'm going to try and get all of the games that are in my inbox up on YouTube over these Easter holidays. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'm certainly going to give it a shot. So I will be back with the next game in the list, which is maybe Tim versus Gabriel or something like that. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I'll be back soon. GG.